everybody, welcome to Monday's live stream. Sorry, I'm a little bit late today. As always, if you're watching the playback, feel free to skip ahead. We're going to spend the first few minutes saying hi to everybody. And if you want to follow along with chat, there should be a live chat replay that you can read and follow along with. A little bit disorganized, so bear with me. It's been a crazy morning. Hi Charlotte, happy birthday! Okay, sorry guys, I'm gonna disappear for 2 seconds. Just gotta grab socks. It's really cold in my art room. I'll be right back. You're very welcome. I hope you get spoiled and have lots of fun today. Good morning, Selena. Thanks for joining. How are you? Hi, Jody. Hi, Phantom Girl. I can't wait either. Of course, you guys are gonna choose though. I'm pretty good, can't complain. Just crazy busy. We got little man's birthday coming up on Friday and tons of stuff going on. Hi, Nick and Tina. How are you guys? Oh, that's awesome, Charlotte. That sounds like a perfect way to spend the late birthday. So, as we decided a while back, we're going to be doing a Kerby Rosanes page. So, first thing we need to do is pick which book we want to work in. I'm also not sure if I want to use Prismacolors yet or Inktense. I'm going to wait to see what page we pick and then kind of choose from there. So what book are you guys thinking? I have his first 3. I'm not really interested in getting his last 2. They don't really intrigue me. Maybe if I have extra money laying around, I would grab them just to kind of add to the collection, but they weren't really my cup of tea. We've got lots of beautiful pages in all of the 3 though. This one I don't color in too often because the paper is thinner, I've noticed, but still really beautiful pictures in it. So I guess we could decide whether we want to do more like animals or like the imagination stuff, or go with mythological. This one I have all of the backgrounds already painted in, so keep that in mind. And then of course Mythomorphia is probably my favorite. Tons and tons of beautiful pictures in here. I like that there's a lot of single-sided ones, but if you guys want to do a double page spread, we definitely could. It'll probably just take a while. So what do you guys think? Do the chain or the tiger in Mythomorphia? Let's see, which tiger is that? Do you mean the leopard? Or is there an actual tiger in here? Let's see if I can find it here. Are you talking about this guy? Okay, we've got 2 for Myth, 1 for Mythomorphia. Oh, this tiger. There is a tiger in here. He would be fun to do too, actually. Oh, that's awesome, Charlotte. It's looking like Mythomorphia is winning, unless anybody else wants to put a vote in. Oh, that sounds pretty. Nice when you can spoil yourself a little bit. Nope, no one wants to vote. Okay, Mythomorphia it is. So let me just put these 2 out of the way here. I'm totally fine with that because it's my favorite, and I think it actually has the best paper too. Okay, so now we just need to pick a page. So I'm leaning more towards a single-sided one, but of course you guys are the ones watching, so you guys get to choose. So if you see something that sparks your interest, let me know. Selena says any page is fine for her. Some of these pages would take days. Troll Mountain, that would be interesting. I like this ogre guy too. Deer. Stag is a deer, right? Yeah. This one. Yeah, this one actually wouldn't be too bad either. We'd probably paint in the background though, because that's a lot of background. Thanks, kiddo. You want a hug? Of course. Come here. I love you. Go give a hug to Daddy for me. Say it's from Mom.
Hi, guys.
Oh. You're gonna start this already, are ya? So one for the trolls, one for the stag, one for the griffin. Miss Lilo, you make this difficult. Can you? We've barely even gotten started and you're already trying to hijack, right? Okay. She is having none of it. Why do you do this? Huh? Let's move you back a little bit so they can see your face, huh? Yeah. This phoenix. That would be another really good one, actually. And all like fiery colors. You're so sweet. Yes, my baby. You're such a brat. You are. You're a brat. See birdies? Did you guys hear that little chatter? Why don't you go get those birdies? Go get those birdies. Go get it. Go get them. What am I gonna do with you? Your brother wants out. You going? There, your food's full. Why don't you go eat? Okay, come here, you. Come here. Oh, I know. I'm so mean. You can sit on. Oh, well, never mind then. Just like book or nothing. So I'd definitely be down to do the phoenix or the stag. Is that question to me, Charlotte? Because if it is, I'm not quite sure I understand. It's another one I'm really excited to do. I want to do this one in watercolors, so I'd need to practice. Oh, the too cute show. I'm not sure what you mean, hun. Is this something we've talked about before, or? Oh, that's right. I don't remember. Was that what? Bleh, was that what it was called? Was the cute show? Hi, Becky. I totally forgot about that. I think I screenshotted it, but I haven't through my. Usually, I go through my phone and kind of clear out and move things around, and I'll screenshot bits of information and then go and like write them down before I delete the picture. But I haven't gone through. Okay, I'm gonna screenshot that again just in case, and I'm definitely gonna look for that. Hi, Christine. Thanks for joining. Phantom Girl, I got this on eBay, I think. And I wanted something as kind of a background because, as you guys know, my desk is glass. So you can see the reflection in it, which I don't really like. So I wanted something to put over top that was kind of cheap and it didn't matter if it got stuff on it. And I figured since my name is Sky and I like the universe and stuff, I went with this one. I was trying to look for something colorful, but I wanted something that wouldn't kind of fade out the camera or anything, so. Hi, Elizabeth. Thanks for joining, everyone. Okay, so I'm thinking Phoenix. What do you guys think? Are you guys okay with that? That is what this is called, right? It does look like a phoenix. Let me just make sure. Where is it? Yeah, okay. Okay, so I'm thinking for this one, we'll probably do a mixture of Inktense and Prisma, and then maybe Maybe do some acrylic paint for the background. I'm thinking oranges and reds and yellows, kind of all fiery against maybe a blue background, or if we really want to stand out, we could do a black background. What do you guys think? Background color. What would stand out more? I'm actually thinking the black would probably be better. Okay. Let me just grab my paints and stuff. So the first stream here is probably going to be a little tedious, if you guys don't mind. Here, I'm going to have to put black paint on my shopping list, I think. Unless... I'm going to try out a different couple colors of black here. No, that's not water for you to drink. Okay, water, paintbrushes, paint, paper towel. I'm just going to test out these two to see which one I like better. This one has a really deep black. And this one, it's still pretty dark actually, but it's got a different tint to it. I'd say it's more of like a brownish black, so we'll go with this one. So this is actually just De La Rowney acrylic black, so super simple, nothing crazy. Oh, I guess I gotta keep that closed so you don't hit that garland. Nice try, Missy. Hi, Candy. Okay, Charlotte, take your time. Okay, and the nice thing about doing acrylic paint is we can really make the fire on the Phoenix stand out. And we can also use Posca pen to make it stand out even more. And I want to kind of protect this page so it doesn't get paint on it. So I'm going to grab, if I still have it, I thought I had painter's tape. Will this random piece be big enough? No, it won't. Where the heck did I put that? Uh-oh. Are you okay? Hold on, guys. Kitty's coughing. Oh, good. Is it stuck? You're not going to cough up a hairball, are you? What did I do with that? Oh, there it is. Perfect. Okay, so I've just got some green painter's tape. I'm going to take out enough to kind of protect the page, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to stick it to my pants a couple times just to pick up some of the lint off of my pants, which will make it less sticky, which will make it so it doesn't rip the page when we go to pull it off. Hi, Night Fear. Thanks for joining. I'm not sure I've seen you around. You must be new to the channel. Okay, and then I'm just gonna pop this into the crease and just press it down a little bit there. So then what I'm gonna do is we'll get out some acrylic paint here, just little bits at a time. Sorry guys, kitty's on the shelf. Camera's gonna shake. Oh, well, I'm glad you're feeling chatty today. Thank you for being here. So then what I'm just gonna do, I'm gonna take my brush and I'm just gonna run this along the edge here. Just get that all colored in and then we don't have to worry about it. I'm going to color in that edge, but then I'm also going to bring the paint out a little bit just to make sure that it doesn't dry in globs or anything. And then should just be able to pull that off, and there, the other page was pretty much protected. It looks good. So I'll zoom in a little bit, but we don't want to zoom in too much for this. Oh, maybe too much there. Okay. Another thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take some parchment paper and I'm going to pop this in behind. And that's just going to protect the pages behind. Yeah, I'm using acrylic paint. And of course I got Lilo hairs everywhere. Oh my goodness, literally everywhere. I'm going to try and keep this out of the way, but I'm sure every time I paint a page, I probably get at least 5 or 6 Lilo hairs stuck in it. So just using my bigger brush for now, I'm going to come in and I'm just going to kind of start in the bigger areas, try and get that paint in there, especially up at the top here. Especially because I find that wrinkly noises like this kind of cuts out my sound. My camera focuses on that rather than my voice, so it's kind of strange. Just gonna pull this up slightly. Try to avoid getting acrylic paint on the back side of this, although that's easier said than done. Let's see how we're doing with that. Oh, so far no acrylic paint on the side there. Aw, that's awesome. I love using acrylic paint too. It's my go-to for backgrounds. Especially big open backgrounds. Because as you all know, I am a lazy colorist. I'm just going to focus around the edges for now. I want to get this wax paper out of here. Hi Tanya, thanks for joining. Oh, 2 seconds guys, got a kitty outside that wants in. Never mind, he meowed at the door and then disappeared. go, we can pull that out. Just gonna quickly check the back side here, make sure. I've got a little bit of acrylic paint on it. One of those wasn't dry, that's okay. Okay, and then again, I'm just going to go in and I'm going to focus on those bigger areas for now. Oh, that's awesome. It was you that was talking about cases last time, wasn't it? I think you said that you got one that they didn't fit in. That's good that you finally got one that they did. I don't know what I would do without my Prismas being in a case. I'd probably go a little bit crazy. Now I'm trying to decide if I want to let my OCD and perfectionism win out on this and go around each and every one of these little flames coming out, or if I want to just color them in and go around the most important ones and add them back in later. Not sure yet. That's okay, Candy. Night Fair, I use a variety of paints. It kind of depends on what I'm doing. For coloring books, I usually prefer the Americana brand, sometimes even the folk art, mainly just because I have folk art in at Walmart and Americana I can only grab at Michael's, so I have to travel to the city for that. I do like the Daler-Rowney paint as well. I use Daler-Rowney Simply Acrylic Black, which is actually what I'm using right now, and I like that because I can get a big bulk bottle of it, and I use black quite a bit. But I also like using the Apple Barrel paints. They are quite a bit cheaper, and therefore they're a little bit watered down more than most acrylics, but if you kind of want like a see-through kind of background, they are nice. And of course, for the price, you definitely can't go wrong. Michael's Craft Store is where I get my Americana paint. I'm not sure in the US though. You could probably get it at lots of other places, but here in Canada, that's the only place I've ever seen it. Okay, I'm going to switch to my smaller brush now. Actually, the brush I want is not here. Here it is. Yep, no problem. Oh, hi, Michelle. Sorry, I missed your comment. Just seen that. Thanks for joining. Okay, I think what I want to do here, I'm actually going to flip this upside down. Hopefully you guys don't mind. And my reasoning for that is because I want to work on the bottom first. That way when we're done painting, we can flip it around, the bottom will be dry, and we can dive right into coloring rather than having to wait for it to dry. They don't have it at Walmart, no, but it's actually not that much more expensive. I think it's like, well, here it's like, I think $2, maybe a little bit under or a little bit over $2 for a bottle. It's actually not much differently priced than the folk art brand that you find at Walmart. So I'm going to try and be careful around all these little details, but I'm not going to be insanely careful. I'm not too worried if I go over anything. I do want to go over the paint again and again and smooth it out. I don't want any bumps or rivets in it, if I can help it. Sometimes it's impossible to get it completely flat. I'll try to catch up with chat every once in a while, but it takes quite a bit of focus to paint, so especially in a coloring book where you're a little bit worried about going over the lines. Yeah, gloss, satin, and metallic. You don't want those if you plan on going over it with pencil, because it will not work. You want it. It won't say just normal craft paint, but it won't say gloss or satin or anything either. But if you do grab metallic paint, it's good for doing accents and stuff. You just can't go over it with pencil. Are you guys okay if pretty much this whole stream is painting, or if you guys would like, I can do some of the painting and then do the rest off stream and we can get to coloring. It's up to you. I don't want to bore you guys. So many little tiny details. Oh, thanks, Selena. I don't know. I know some people don't really like watching backgrounds get painted in because it can be tedious and kind of repetitive. I know me though, I actually really don't mind it. I love watching Dee Dee paint in her backgrounds and stuff. I find it very relaxing. But she is also much quicker at it than I am. Oh, I'm glad. Hopefully you do get over your fear though, because using acrylic paint in coloring books is amazing and a time saver for sure. Oh, me too, Night Fair. Dee Dee is amazing. My favorite videos of hers is when she works in Kerby's books. I am impatiently awaiting another video. Cannot wait. Yeah, I guess I probably would be a little bit faster compared to some, especially since I do paint. Sometimes it takes a little bit to learn and figure out how a brush works, and especially I find I'm slow if I'm working with a new brush. This one, however, is my favorite, so I know all the little quirks about it. Hey, Coloraroo! Bunny, right? I know I have asked this before, but I'd rather ask to make sure than call you by the wrong name and then be embarrassed about it. Maybe it's not Bunny. I'd have to pull out my cheat book. Okay, Becky, not a problem. Okay, good. Good. Slowly getting better. It's like I know people's names, but I still doubt myself. Okay, Cindy, I'll have to try and remember that. I'm going to add it to my cheat sheet book because I am horrendous with, well, pretty much remembering anything. Especially names, though. Well, nothing wrong with asking Night Fair. It's a lot better to, I find, to ask someone their name to make sure rather than, I don't know. I watched this video where this neighbor, she's been neighbors with this elderly lady for like, I think she said like 15 years, I think, and she'd been calling her by the wrong name for 15 years, and this elderly lady just didn't say anything. So funny. But this elderly lady, like, she also like played into it because she sent this girl cards and she'd write the name on it that the girl called her, and she actually didn't realize until the lady passed away that her name was actually something different. I thought that was pretty cute though. Selena, it depends on the picture. For this one, I'm putting in the background first because we're gonna really want to accentuate these flames and stuff. So I kind of plan to kind of add into the background, and it's just easier doing that with the background already done. A lot of the times though, I'll usually do the page first. Another thing it depends on is if I know what I'm doing with the background. Sometimes I'm not really sure, so I'll leave it till later. Hi, Kim. That's funny, Michelle. Hi, Kylara. Okay, finally caught up in chat. I'm back to... I had to read up a little bit there. Sorry, I get too into painting. Hi, Connie. Can you guys actually hear the brush on the paper? Sorry, it's like I get kind of entranced when I'm painting. I almost find it more relaxing than coloring. I think I could literally paint and forget that I was streaming. Okay, Laura. Oh, I see that. I'm not seeing your initial post. I'm not sure. I didn't remove anything. Oh, you definitely have to concentrate when painting one of these pages. There's just detail everywhere. It's insane. Honestly, this whole stream might just be painting. Maybe we'll kind of break it up. Maybe we'll paint the bottom half and then we can kind of get in and start coloring it. And then we can do a little bit of painting next stream too. That way it's still all on stream, but it makes it a little bit more interesting and not just one thing. Oh, me too, Nightfare. Were you here in the beginning where I showed my Mythomorphia book? Every single background in there is painted. Not completely done, but they've got a base coat of the main color down anyways. I have to switch to a smaller brush here for some of these details. Either that or my paint is kind of drying up on me and becoming harder to work with. Put a little bit too much down on the palette. You know what, some of these I'm just going to color right over. I'm not going to worry about every single little detail. It's going to take way too long. So I'll paint up to here, I think. Yeah, exactly. And then I'll have more for the thumbnail too, rather than just a painted background, which I think even if I painted all stream, I probably still would not get this all done. There's way, way too much detail. I told myself I didn't want hot chocolate this morning, but now I'm kind of craving one. I might have to go make one. Black, Nick and Tina? Are you watching the part where I asked what color we should do the background? Or are you just stating that this color is black? I'm confused. I don't usually. I'm trying to think of if I ever have, though. I'm not sure if I actually have. That part of it still kind of intimidates me. I would like to. Dee Dee makes it look so easy, but I don't know, my OCD kind of stops me on a lot of things because I don't like going over things. I feel like with a wash, if I go over something that I don't really want that color, it's like tinted that color and it kind of bothers me a little bit. I gotta get past that though, because that's another thing that would make coloring faster. Well, Michelle, that doesn't actually sound bad to me, so I don't think I can be much help in convincing you not to do that. That sounds like a perfect day. Yeah, I might have to try it. I definitely like the results of it. It's the process that intimidates me. Okay, I'm just going to kind of touch in on some of these larger areas just because my paint is kind of drying a little bit. It's one thing, you only want to use a little bit of paint at a time. If you put too much down and don't get to use it quick enough, it kind of sludges up on you a little bit and then it becomes really hard to work with. So that's where I'm at right now. So I'm going to try and use up what I got where I can so I can put down some new paint. Hi, Emma. Maybe we could definitely look into doing that phantom. It'd be cool to have him glowing actually, because I mean, if he's going to be on fire, of course he's going to be glowing. And it'll definitely work since we've got the acrylic paint behind. Yeah, I think I've even seen her use that technique in Anamorphia, which had way thinner paper. So if she can do that in Anamorphia without any bleed through or anything bad happening to her painting or her picture, then you can definitely get away with it on his other books. Sorry if you can hear the boys in the background. Oh, really? That was the first one I got. As soon as as soon as I seen it, and I can't remember where I first seen that book, but as soon as I saw it, I had to have it. So the minute I found it in Walmart, it's like, yep, gotta get it. I don't blame you, Michelle. These books definitely are intimidating, for sure. I have the first 3 and they still intimidate me, so. I'm just gonna switch to a smaller brush here. This little guy is tiny, but it does the job. They're one of my favorites too. They're gorgeous creatures. I wish they were real. Well, that'd probably be kind of scary. Having a bird on fire kind of roaming around freely. I think I'm going to flip this back around. Just because it's a little bit easier to see the details when it's right side up. Now I can kind of see what's what. For the most part, I'll probably still miss spaces, but that's okay. Could also use a black Posca for this, but my pen likes to kind of run away on me, so it bleeds through pages. See if I can get away with using my bigger brush again here. Oh, that's awesome, Bunny. I love that page. It'd take me ages to color. Uh-oh, did that get on there? It's one thing. I love Kerby's books, but the pages are super intimidating, and I try and stay away from the double page spreads. I have that one too, Charlotte. My mom grabbed that for me for Christmas, and needless to say, I still have not colored in it yet. I do agree, it is worse than Kerby's, and the details are so tiny. Like, at least Kerby's, he's got, you know, some details are small, some are larger. There's variation, but I find in that book, it's like all tiny. Yeah, acrylic black paint. Hi, Tay. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Okay, bear with me guys for a minute. I'm just gonna grab my computer out. I need to look at a picture of this colored so I can see what is what. Need a couple of seconds to boot this thing up here. You can kind of see here and there what's what and kind of guess at other things, but some of these details are, oops, no. No music. Hopefully that was not enough of a song to ding me for copyright. This computer is weird. It was literally turned off, and then as soon as I start it back up, whatever was playing on YouTube just automatically plays. Okay. So I'm just gonna hop on Facebook here quick and see if I can find a page of this colored. Oh, me too, Night Fair. Was not expecting that. Okay, found the Mythomorphia group. Just gonna search Phoenix here. Oops, one too many F's. Of course, the O on this keyboard doesn't work. Okay, hold on. Bear with me, guys. Thanks, Tanya. Okay, here we go. This way I can look at this picture to reference, but I still have the chat. It's much easier to see what's what when you're looking at a colored version of it. Okay, bye Kim. Thanks, sweetheart. It's kind of hard to figure out where you've left off though. actually just colored in a leaf here, but that's okay. We'll just pretend that wasn't there. Well, you're welcome. Of course I had to leave you a happy birthday message. Okay, no problem, Michelle. Thanks for being here, hon. You have a wonderful day. So one thing we're gonna have to decide, seems to be an awful lot of leaves and stuff in here. Do we want to stick with a limited color palette and have it all fiery colors, or do we want to have some other colors in there? What do you guys think? Kind of leaning towards all fiery, because if the majority is, you know, oranges and yellows, and then we've got another color in there, your eye is actually going to be drawn to that other color because it's going to stand out more. Yeah, I'd like to put other colors in too. I'm just a little bit indecisive about it. It's my OCD. Leaves are supposed to be green. But I mean, they could be autumn leaves. I'll show you guys the picture that I'm using as a reference for the background in just a minute here, and then you guys can kind of help me decide, because she has those fiery colors, of course, and then she has greens, and I think pretty much just greens, yeah. So you guys can kind of see what I mean. But the fact that it's nice to have those greens in there, but at the same time they might steal the show away from the actual phoenix itself. So let me finish up painting here. I think we're pretty much done with his tail. Got just this little bit down here left, and then I think we're good to go. I'm not paying too much attention to chat right now. I'll have to catch up as soon as I finish this. Okay, I think that is all of the background in his tail. Thanks, Nick and Tina. Oh, hi, Bella. Actually, golds might really be interesting too. I never thought of that. Right here. This is the picture that I'm referencing, and I'll show you the lady who colored it first. So this is by Wendy Bush. So this is hers. So she stuck to those fiery colors too, but as you can see, the greens in there kind of draw your attention away from the bird just because they stand out so much. Another reason that the green stands out is because the green is a cool tone, whereas the orange is a warm tone. So it might not stand out quite so bad if we put in other colors that are still warm tones, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, we could go with more of like darker browns, more muted colors, so that way the orange still stands out. As long as we don't go with too bright of colors, it should be okay, I think. I think for now though, I'm not going to touch on the leaves. I'm going to kind of leave them as is, and we'll just focus on the orange for now. So let me just move this out of the way so that way no kitty comes and dumps water on my desk. I'd be a little bit irritated. I agree. It's really beautiful with the white. Her background is white, so it actually kind of works a little bit for her, but on this it would stand out even more because we have such a dark background. Okay, 2 seconds guys. I'm gonna go start my kettle so that way I can make some hot chocolate, and then we'll get some colors out here. I'll be right back. you. I didn't know you were still in here. I forgot Miss Lila was in here. She's curled up in her chair. Okay, so I'm thinking what I want to do is I'm going to use Inktense for the most part, but we're going to kind of darken them up and add in our shadows and stuff with the Prismacolors. So, as always, kind of a mixed media piece. Oh no, Becky, I get like that sometimes too. I totally relate. I was like that the other day. I'm actually stuck on a picture right now. I can't decide on colors, so I just haven't worked on it. Yeah, that actually might work too. I think that's why, what I'm thinking is we'll get all the orange in, and then later on when we're ready to color the leaves and kind of make a decision on that, we can try out quite a few different combinations of greens and stuff, and then kind of set it beside so we can see how it's going to look. I think that'll definitely help us figure out what to go with, so that way it's kind of cohesive and doesn't stand out too much. Yeah, I sometimes get like that too, Charlotte. I find that there's usually one thing specifically about a picture that I know what the color is, and I'll start in on that one thing and just kind of go from there. And if I'm unsure, I'll usually make a post somewhere and ask for help. Okay, so I want to keep this really light because we're going to be coming back in with the shadowing. So for the Inktense, I'm going to grab the Tangerine. Hey kiddo.
Hi.
What you need? Do you want some hot chocolate? Yeah? Okay.
I would like pudding maybe.
After lunch you can have a pudding, deal?
Yeah, what are we?
I'm not sure yet. Here, don't play it till you leave, okay? Make sure you close the door behind you. Thank you. I know. I'm sure it's not that bad. Okay, I'm trying to decide. There's so many pretty colors here, I don't know which ones to put in. I guess we can put in like a whole bunch of different ones. So I'm going to grab the cadmium orange. I don't want them all to be the same oranges and yellows, I suppose. I definitely want the sienna gold. That's a gorgeous color. Let's go super bright with sun yellow. And let's grab some chili red and hot red. So let me just kind of put these out from darkest to lightest because that's kind of how I function. So it'd be chili red, then hot red, then tangerine, then the cadmium orange, the sienna gold are kind of similar, and then the sun yellow. So what I want to do, yeah, definitely do. Maybe I can help you. Hopefully I can. Let's zoom in a little bit here now. And then we'll just tackle little bits and pieces. So I'm first going to grab the sienna gold, I think. I'm going to color in this flower with it. Just remember, this is just a base. So I'm not really going to do much blending or anything. We're going to go back over with our Prismacolors after. Actually, I'm just going to grab my paint again for a second here. want to have everything I'm coloring in outlined with the black. Okay. Oh, and kettle's boiling. I'll be right back. Carbon, you hear me? Your hot chocolate's on the counter now. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Oh, well, you can still do it, Charlotte. Okay, again, I'm using the Sienna Gold. Guys. Sorry, I just want to pull up that picture again to kind of reference to. So for the most part, I want most of these open flowers to be colored in with the Sienna Gold, or I guess based in, because they probably will all end up looking different. Well, I'm sure the color palette won't be exactly the same. I mean, I'd still post it. And I mean, really, I'm sure there's going to be tons of people using those colors because it is a Valentine's Day picture. So It's going to be either peach or pink or red or maybe purple, but it's going to be one of those colors most likely. And I'm sure her hair probably won't be the same color, and the eyes can be different, and there's lots of different ways that you can change it up so that way it's still unique to you. um, Paint apparently, but here we go. They didn't turn out exactly how I wanted them. I used black to base this nail, and I actually should have used white, I think, to make it cohesive, but yeah, these were my Valentine's Day nails. I think they turned out pretty good. Okay, so there's everything that's going to be with the Sienna Gold for now at least. And I do want some more orangey colored flowers in here, so I'm going to grab the tangerine. Yeah, thank you. Kind of figured it was kind of cute because they had little red accents and little couples and stuff, so. Okay, let's see here. Put a few flowers here. I think I want most of these closed flowers to be orange. And I just realized that I missed this little area of background here. I'm going to paint that in or I'm going to forget. Sure, that's probably not the only areas I've forgotten. Nail-wise or picture-wise, Bella? Picture-wise, we're using tangerine. Oh, that's not a problem, hon. I have quite a few of you guys on my Facebook, so. It's nice to have people that will like my coloring when I posted them, or when I post them, rather than my family who doesn't completely understand my obsession with coloring. See, I think in here is supposed to be white too. There's quite a few areas I missed actually. Oh well, we'll touch up those areas next time. Okay, these little ones here. I'm going to start off with the tangerine. I'm going to fade it out a little bit. We'll finish those off with like a bright yellow, I think. I think this is a flower. And another bit in here that I missed. I'm going to do these as flowers too, or flower buds, I suppose. Yeah, I definitely agree, hun. I'll definitely give you lots of likes on that. Maybe let's do these ones here with the tangerine. It's kind of hard to see what's flower and what's not. Okay, and then I want some bright yellows. So I'm going to switch again, and now I'm going to be using the sun yellow. And I'm just going to touch this in on some of these other flowers here. Color those in, and then finish coloring these ones in. And then I'm going to switch to the hot red. And any of these other little flowers, I'm going to color them in with that. Probably still miss some here and there, but I'll try and get most of them. It helps using this other page as a reference. Okay, I think that's it for the flowers. Well, that and because he told me your name, so I see it in my notifications. I don't think I've ever, aside from like watching opera on TV, I don't think I've ever actually seen it. Not done in person at least. Okay, I'm going to grab my brushes here. We'll go ahead and activate these colors, and then we can pick out some Prismacolors to go over it with while we wait for this to dry. Again, it's not gonna look like much right away. And of course, I'm wiping off my brush in between every color that I switch to. Unless it's the same color, then we don't have to. So, is it a big holiday here in the States, or no? I know it's, what is it, President Day, I think? Is that what it's called there? Yeah, what do you guys do? Is there anything special that you guys do today, or you just kind of hang out? us it's family day, so I'm gonna stream and then hang out with my boys and maybe go do some stuff later on. Oh yeah. That's crazy. Mail's shut down here today too, but a lot of people do have the day off. I guess not like chain businesses or anything. They'd still be running, but a lot of the local businesses and stuff are shut down for the day. Ooh, is it? How much? I got my set when they were on sale for, I think, just under $100. I think they're usually like 110 to 120 usually, so it wasn't too much of a sale, but enough for me to justify the buy. These were actually a present from my mom. Even though she doesn't color, she is my enabler. My biggest enabler. Okay, so for these ones, I'm going to start in at the yellow. And just slowly work that color into the orange. Sorry guys. The biggest set of Inktense is 72. Hi Robin, how are you, sweetheart? Well, you should definitely try them out, Tanya. I think you'd like them. I'm going to separate these pencils. So we haven't used the chili red yet, and I don't think we used the cadmium red yet, but we used the hot red, we used the sienna gold, the tangerine, and the sun yellow. And I just keep track of that because I like to keep track of the colors that I've used. I'm doing good, can't complain too much. Okay, so now I'm just going to set this stuff aside. Try and make some room on my desk. This desk is fairly big, but it never seems like there's enough space. I'm just going to move some stuff around here. And we've got about 15 minutes, so I can do some work on these flowers. see, I do want some really dark reds in here, so I'm going to grab out the Tuscan Red. I'm going to grab the Crimson Red. Definitely want the orange. If I can find it here. There we go. I think I'm even going to grab both the neon orange and the neon yellow. And then let's do... I want to keep it fairly light, so I'm actually going to try and stay away from these kind of orangey yellows, and I'm just going to go straight for the canary yellow, I think, which hopefully I have another one of. Let me just check here. Okay, good. This one is getting pretty small. Just sharpen this up. Also, I was going to ask, do you guys have any recommendations for pencil extenders? I only have one, and I'm not a huge fan of it, and I'd like to have more than one, so that way I don't have to keep switching pencils that are running low. And actually, I agree, Nightfare, I struggle with reds, like really bad. So I'm going to grab some paper to put in behind my page here. And then we can go ahead and start. So I'm going to start over here with the Tuscan Red. We're just going to darken up the tips of these little buds here. Maybe color in some of these little center bits here on this flower with the Tuscan Red. And then I'm going to switch to the Crimson Red. I'm going to bring that out on a few of these, just kind of out from the Tuscan Red. It's okay, Charlotte. It's your birthday, so we won't give you too much of a hard time. If it makes you guys feel better, a lot of you know I admin the Hannah group, and I always have a reminder set on my phone just to remind the girls when it's their time for posting color alongs. And so of course the alarm goes off yesterday, and I snoozed it, or no, sorry, I just missed it. I meant to snooze it, but I just missed it, and then totally forgot about it for the rest of the day. And then someone posted in the Hannah group asking where the color along options were, and Danny, one of the other admins, tagged me, reminding me that it was my turn. So of course I always remember to remind them, but then forget my own time. So what do? I go and post the color along options on my personal Facebook. And it was up there for maybe like 2 hours before Aaron Sanford, who he comes and visits and chat sometimes, he liked one of the comments, and I'm thinking, that's odd. He's not in the Hannah group. So I go and look, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I posted it on my personal page. And the craziest part is Facebook wouldn't even let me delete it. And like, it gave me the option to moderate comments, turn comments off, edit the post, but it would not let me delete it. So I just turned it into a laughing face and deleted the comments on it. Felt so dumb though. Oh my goodness. But the funniest part about that was 2 of the admins went ahead and liked some of the options without realizing that it wasn't posted in the proper place. So it wasn't just me. Okay, switching to the orange now. Just pop this in randomly. Mostly going to concentrate the orange in at the ends. But then I'm also going to bring some in where Kerby kind of has this gray-scaled lines to kind of represent shadows. Just put little bits here and there. And maybe some on these red flowers. Kind of want to lighten them up a little bit. So from there, I'm actually going to switch to the neon orange. And I'm going to go in over top of these red flowers, all of it. I'm going to use the neon orange to kind of burnish and blend it all together to make it look really bright. Then I'm going to switch to the canary yellow. I'm going to use this mostly on the yellow flowers. I'm going to bring it out from that orange. And I'm not going to bring it all the way to the end, so I'm going to fade it out. I think I'm going to use the neon yellow here too. See if I can lighten it up a little bit. Yep, this is Prisma. Figured we'd get around to doing some actual coloring on this stream. Most of it is just painting, but we got a large chunk of the painting done, so we should only have half an hour to an hour of painting left, maybe. Okay, and then in with the neon yellow. Again, I'm going to go over everything. Kind of lighten it up, blend and burnish with this. And you can kind of see already that I don't know if it shows up so much on camera, but it really lightens that up. It almost makes the ends of this flower look like it's glowing. I think let's use the neon yellow on this bit of the flower as well. It's like a really large contrast between this and the Tuscan red. Yep, coloring over the Inktense. Inktense was just the base. So there's a few of those little flowers done. So I'm just going to go back through the colors again, just wherever we are in frame. So I'm going to start off with the Tuscan red. Which again I'm going to use mostly on the darker flowers, so the oranges and the reds. But it'd be pretty interesting to throw it in on some of these other flowers as well. Kind of really mix them up. I'm not going to make all the flowers look the same. I'm going to use the same colors, but they're all going to look somewhat different. So I'm kind of starting in on the ends closest to the center of these petals and then just kind of flicking out to kind of create a little bit of that kind of flared look. Just give the flower a little bit more texture and some interest. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Charlotte. Okay, gonna switch to the crimson red now. And after we finish this page, our next book is Magical City, so that'll be pretty much just Inktense. Let's throw a little bit of red in on this flower here. I know it's not a super popular book, but it's one of my favorites, so it could be fun to work in that. Plus, I know there's a lot of you that say that you're still too intimidated to work with Inktense, so hopefully it will help you guys out as well. Okay, switching to the orange now. Little bits in on these top flowers here. And then mostly on the yellow flowers. There kind of is. There's pencils and then there's kind of like Inktense blocks. I can't say how the Inktense blocks work, but pencil-wise, like strictly pencil, I think there's only one type. I'm gonna grab the neon orange here. And again, I'm gonna finish up these two flowers up top here. And we can bring this down a little bit. I'm gonna put a little bit of the neon orange in on this flower. Maybe this one too, just in at the bottom here. I think that's it for that. And then I'm going to grab the canary yellow. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see. Pulled too far up, sorry about that. This one here, I think I'm going to color in just with the canary yellow. It's kind of back a little bit, so I want it to look like it's kind of pushed back. I'm going to grab the neon yellow and go over this one. Finish that flower off a little bit better. Didn't look like it was quite colored in enough. Okay, bye Bella. Have a wonderful day, hon. Really? That's interesting. I thought they'd be the same colors at least. I actually haven't even looked into those. So in with the canary yellow on this one, I'm going to come out from that Tuscan red and just kind of fade it out. I want the tips of this flower to be super light. And I'm also kind of coloring in that same direction that I made these little flares on the flower here. Let's throw some canary yellow in on this one, turn it orange. And a little bit on these little bells as well. Okay, and then back to the neon yellow. I'm going to use this to finish off all these flowers that we've been working on. Hopefully this isn't bouncing around too much for you guys. It's either a lot of bouncing around or a lot of switching pencils. Okay, I want to switch to the Tuscan red for this one here. Just want to add a little bit in at the shadows. And then Tuscan red in on these bits as well. And maybe on the stamen of this flower. Okay, then I want to switch to the orange. Come out just a little bit from that Tuscan red, not too much. And then I'm actually going to switch to the neon yellow and finish all of these little flowers off. I'm actually wondering now if this was supposed to be flower as well, and I think it was, so I'm just going to color that in just with pencil. So Tuscan red and then orange. And then neon yellow. That's cute, Becky. Let's see if we can get all of these other ones in frame. I don't think we can. Okay. Tuscan red. crimson red. Moving on to the orange. Sorry guys, just kind of focusing on getting these flowers done. Let's go in with the canary yellow. I'm going to finish off these two flowers with the canary yellow. I want them to be somewhat dark. Well, thanks, Night Fear and Charlotte. Okay, bye, Charlotte. You have a wonderful day, hun. Okay, and then I'm also going to use the canary yellow just to kind of burnish out the darker areas of these couple flowers here, but I want to leave the ends of the petals fairly light, so I'm not going to bug them too much. I'm going to grab the neon orange and maybe pop a little bit of this in on the inside of the flower. I'm going to grab the darker orange and just going to knock that back a little bit because it is very bright. And then I'm going to grab the neon yellow and use this to burnish and blend the ends of the petals. Here we can see. I'm going to grab the canary yellow and I'm going to see about making a glow around this flower. Doesn't show up quite so well though, does it? I wonder if maybe a lighter color would. Although the neon yellow is the lightest and it doesn't show up very well either. Okay, neon yellow is a little bit better, so I'll use that instead. Just kind of coming out from that flower and just kind of fading it out to make it glow. Don't mind the little one. If you can hear that, he's a little crazy right now apparently. So that's what the glow is going to look like, and I think it's going to go really, really well with this. I think it's going to really bring our phoenix off the page. So you can even make little random wispy bits as well, kind of coming out from the glow. Which kind of looks kind of interesting. Not sure what exactly it would be, but it looks cool. So I'm just going to throw those in there. So then we'll finish up these last flowers, and then I think we're done for the day. So I'm going to start these ones off with the crimson red. So I'm going to come in at the very bottom, kind of start firmly and then blend up a ways. Fade it out. And then I'm going to switch to the orange, blend it kind of into that red, and then fade it out towards the yellow. Canary yellow, same thing, except I'm going to fade it out at the very ends because we'll try and make the tips kind of brighter, I think. So we'll finish those with the neon yellow. So for the most part for the glow, what I'm doing is I'm just going around the initial shape and then I'm kind of fading it out into the black a little ways. There we go, just like that. Well, there you go, Becky. Sorry guys, just trying to zoom out here. Of course my phone is being stubborn as always. Dang you, come on. There we go. Sorry. Phone is finicky. So that's what we got today. I think it's gonna turn out pretty good actually. I'm excited to see how he completely turns out, but we got the idea down and thankfully we did a little bit of everything, so I think this is going to look awesome, especially with that glow. Super excited. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will be back on Thursday. Thanks, Becky. Thanks, Tanya. And of course, thanks to all of you for being here and keeping me company while we do this. Oh, thanks, Becky. I assume it's Becky, probably not Steve. Yes, thanks, Becky Z. A like would definitely be appreciated. Okay, everyone, I'll see you next time. I hope you have a wonderful day or evening, wherever you are. Take care. Bye.